I'm Jessie.
And I'm Maggie.
And I'm Ansley.
And we're the BFC Youth Channel. And the leaders, they were so amazing. They made us feel so welcome.
And the activities are extremely fun, and we got to grow closer as friends.
What's your favorite thing about camp?
Swimming.
Do you want to go back to camp?
Yes. My favorite thing was the resurrection because it just taught me what pain God went through to give us life and give us health and all this stuff.
A little worried about going at first because I just started going here, but it sounded really fun talking to people who had went previously, and so I went, and the trip up there and the trip back was really fun, I have to say. And I was nervous when we got there because you stay in your little cabin and all, but the leaders and the camp leaders and your camp cabin people were just so welcoming, and you grew close to them, and I still kind of remember them. I'll remember them if I see them this year. And there I grew really close to God, and all the speakers and their points and their topics just stood out, and their food was really good. And I felt like I didn't just grow closer to God, I grew closer to our youth. Our youth grew closer, and we sat and we ate lunch together, and you just get to meet new friends and have fun. And when you walk into the church, you just feel God's presence just come over you at night. And when we worship, it's just amazing. They have an awesome worship band, an awesome pastor, and you just grow a lot closer to God. And I felt like coming out of it, I learned a lot of things. It's really fun, and I recommend it, and you should go. So.
My favorite thing about Brookhill was fishing because I caught one fish. I had real fun.
And worship was really powerful there, and it made me cry. Me and Beckham cried.
I'm thankful I got to experience both Brookhill and High Point. Brookhill was great. We got to have a lot of fun and worship a little bit. High Point, we stepped up, a lot of classes, a lot of learning. Got to take a lot of great notes that I've got to use throughout this year, and they're both a great experience, and I'd recommend them to any age.
My favorite thing about church camp was probably the prayer circle, because we did a lot of praying. There was a lot of praying going on, and we did worship, and I can remember praying the night before, asking God what His calling on my life was, and I was called out by the leader of the prayer circle, telling me that God told him His calling on my life was in the children's church ministry. I got back and started talking to Kaylee and Kinley and Garrett and everybody when we got back, just to find out that Kinley had actually been praying beforehand, before we even went to camp, for another children's church leader, and it just wowed me that God worked so heavily at the camp.